Well, Christmas is upon us at last, and the gift that so many have been waiting for is finally here. Cyberpunk 2077. This game has been in development what seems like 25 years, but it's finally here, and there are mixed reviews, mixed perceptions, but there's one thing I hadn't seen too many people talk about, and for me is the one thing that's disappointing about the game, and that is the character creator. Now, I personally have had a good time with the game thus far, but the one thing that kind of let me down is the character creator. And this could be my own fault due to the fact I really didn't pay much attention to the video game close to this launch. I wasn't a big fan of The Witcher. I got the game, I played it, I enjoyed it for what it was worth or whatever, but I couldn't really get into the whole timeline of The Witcher, and I really didn't know much about the character and the world of The Witcher at the time. So I'm one of those statistics that basically just didn't finish the game. So when it came to Cyberpunk 2077, and I realized it was made by the same developers as The Witcher, I was like, all right, cool, I'll check it out when it comes out. If it's good, of course, I'll get it, or whatever. So it wasn't actually until the last 2 weeks or so that I actually really started looking at the game, looking at trailers, and learning more about the timeline and everything like that. And one thing that was talked up a lot was the character creator and how vast it was supposed to be. Now, if you will, go back with me back in the day to the PS3 and the 360. If you played the old SmackDown versus Raw games back then, you could spend about 2 hours just creating your character in those games. You can make the character big, small, give them a gut, give them big legs, little arms, and you can do all type of things with character creator. And that's what I was expecting with Cyberpunk. They did all this talk about you can customize the genitals and this, that, and another. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm a heavyset guy. I'm gonna make me a little heavyset character, look good, whatever. No, everybody got the same generic plain build, and the voices. I saw one video, now this was a speculation, but the video, the guy speculated that the voices, you could pick a male voice, but they also had different tones. Or you can pick a female voice and it had different tones, different octaves. Just much like real life, everyone has different tones to their voice. Then you get into the thing and it's just literally male, female. I was like, oh, disappointing. And for some odd reason, we're in the year 2020 and video games still could not get a good a good taper fade, a good ball fade. What is it about black people haircuts in these video games they cannot get right? My character has dreads just because he has dreads. I don't have dreads. I have a low haircut. I usually wear a ball fade or a taper fade. And for the life of me, I have not played, rather, one game that had decent black haircuts in them. The last big role-playing game I got into was Mass Effect. I played Mass Effect 2 and 3. Wasn't a big fan of part 1. Skipped over it with the interactive comic book. And that game had no haircuts, no good black haircuts. They had the one kind of like bald taper fade, but the line was trash. It looked like it got lined up with a hot French fry. I remember it being a lot of talk about custom genitalia, but not really any options there. There was just so much I kept seeing and hearing about the creative player, which, like I said, it could be just my fault. You know, I was listening to these different videos and reading different articles, and basically was hyped up because that was one of my favorite aspects about Mass Effect, was the fact you did get to create a character and that you had at least some control over what the character looked like. You really couldn't create much with the character in Mass Effect. It was extremely limited. But like, at least your character wasn't third person. You get the different armors and stuff. You can actually see your character and stuff, which I get why this game is in first person, because they want you to really live the experience and make it kind of give you the feeling like everything that's going on is going on to you. It's happening to you to make you more immersed into the story. But at the same time, though, the character creator is very lacking. I'm sorry. Is it just me? Am I the only one who feels this way? Did I just blow it out of proportion? Let me know. Take some time to express your mind in the comment line. And like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And I'll see you next time. Holla at you. Appreciate you watching.